Leeds obviously coming into this week off a disappointing loss, but some positive signs there. What has the mood been like in camp this week?
Yeah, it's probably an interesting one on Monday. I think boys were obviously very down about more the scoreline than anything. But then rugby's funny. When you pick a game apart, there was a lot of good stuff, especially in that first half. A lot of stuff of how we wanted to do, and then you look at the tries we conceded and how we conceded them. It's not like, oh no, there's a big problem with defence here, a big problem with defence there. It's probably just a few of our own errors in terms of how we're trying to attack and people not doing their roles properly. And that's something that's an easy fix. And that's something for us to make sure we get right this weekend.
And obviously not to dwell on last weekend too much, but I think we should probably mention this sellout crowd here at Kings. 16,000. How amazing is that?
It's incredible. And running out was just that feeling of seeing the whole place rammed. You know, there's cherry and white everywhere, the noise, everything. You just know it's a proper occasion, and that rises and that helps everyone. And some boys have never experienced that. Like some boys in our squad are so young, they've not experienced that because of one reason or another, and it's just great for people to experience that, and hopefully the more then we can get, the better.
Heading up to Leicester this weekend, then obviously a really tough place to go, a really tough team. We saw what they did to Northampton last weekend. So what are you expecting from that game?
Oh, you know, typical sort of Leicester, the way they're going. There's their four packs on the up, and Checkers sort of bringing that bite back around them. They're getting a bit nasty in contact. They're doing what an old school Leicester side type sort of would do, and that's great. That makes it going to be a great game, and that's what we want. We want to go out there and test ourselves against the best teams, the best players. You know, they've got a load of boys in that England squad, so it's a no better place for us to bounce back from that Bath game than go out there and win.
And obviously last season, Gloucester managed to pick up the win up at Welford Road, the first one in God knows how long. Does that inspire a little bit of confidence?
Definitely, yeah. Like for so long, especially like lads like myself, we hadn't won up there for sort of 10 years. And it was a real sort of hoodoo, similar to what we had at Sale. And some of these boys have like never lost at certain places, and I find it amazing. And there's just no fear around it. You know, yes, we know you respect it because you have to respect it. It's a brilliant ground. It's a hostile ground, and it's a place you want to play. Like I imagine they're going to have a big crowd there on Sunday again, and they're the sort of games you want to be in. The atmospheres are great. Two teams going at it, two great sets of fans. It makes for great rugby, and when you win, it's even better.
Yeah, obviously a tough physical game, a hard place to go. That's your type of game, isn't it?
Yeah, like it's just what I enjoy, and it's what you want. It's why you get into rugby, things like that. You know, you look at Leicester teams over the years and Gloucester teams over the years. They've had some proper ding-dongs, and you want to go out there and create one of them and be on the right side of it.
And finally, the Slater Cup up for grabs again.
Yeah.
Everyone knows how much it means to you personally and the rest of the boys personally, but it's also a great chance to showcase for Ed and the work they do in the community. Yeah,
it's probably, you know, looking at it, as we just said there, we've spoken a lot about what it means to me personally and the squad, but it's what the 4Ed Foundation is doing for people now. You know, there's the grants that are going out, the help it's giving, even things down to the M&D breakfast we have here. It's getting people together in a community that's not forgotten about, that's the wrong word, but a community that needs as much help as possible, because it's such a hard thing to try and do anything with. You know, once you get a diagnosis, you're sort of not left on your own a little bit, but you are just sort of given a book and said, this is what you've got, this is how we can help, and there's not really a lot of help. So the way the 4Ed helps in giving grants for things like, you know, it could be something like a wheelchair accessible door, it could be a bathroom that's a wet room, all these little bits that make life more comfortable for those people suffering with it and their families around them. You know, that's one of the biggest things. We've all seen Ed, Joe and the kids and what they do, and everyone that sort of gets M&D, it's not just them that's affected. There's a huge network of family and friends around that 4Ed is one of those charities that's trying to help those as well, and not just the person.
Cheers, lads, all the best.
Thank you.
Perfect.